Do you despair at the possibility of real social change? Do you feel that despair deep in your soul? Well, despair no longer, because identity politics will save you. You can give up on your despair and feel the superiority that identity politics will bring you. And you won't even need a prescription, at least not a prescription from a doctor. It'll be a prescription. Well, it will be a prescription from a doctor, but the doctor will be in philosophy, in gender studies, queer theory, or critical race theory. And it won't be a prescription for medicine. It will only be a prescription for thought. There are a few side effects we have to discuss. The side effects can include a loss of critical thinking, a rigidity of thought, but that's counterbalanced by the increased ability to do mental gymnastics. And it also has a side effect of destroying all social movements for real change. I'll tell you why I thought of this ad, that I'm really tired of hearing the phrase, because I am X, therefore I think Y. And we hear this all the time. I've been seeing somebody lately say that if you are a feminist, you must think this. If you are, and things having nothing to do with feminism. And, you hear this, if you're an environmentalist, you must believe this. We hear this a lot. If somebody is a black person, they must think this. If somebody is a woman, they must think this. And this is absurd. And there's two thought errors going on here. One thought error are for the physical categories. If someone is physically African American, or if somebody is physically a woman, or if somebody has Crohn's disease, or if somebody is a military veteran, a physical situation. And then the problem is that they're totalizing. As a woman, I think this. Well, there are probably women who think differently. And it doesn't matter. Phyllis Schlafly and Andrea Dworkin were both women. And they had very, very different politics. And you can say most African Americans who vote Democrat, but one can't say, as an African American, I vote Democrat, because there are African Americans who don't, and that's simply untrue. And then there's also the category of, as an environmentalist, I think this, or as a Buddhist, I think this, or as a Seventh-day Adventist, which is how I was raised, I think this. And those are doing what Whitehead called the fallacy of misplaced concreteness. And they're also really lazy thinking, because it's ridiculous to say, as an environmentalist, I love prairie dogs and salmon. Because the truth is the other way around. Because I love prairie dogs and salmon, you could call me an environmentalist. And you could say the same thing for Buddhism. Because I believe these certain tenets, you could put me into the category of Buddhism. I mean, the same thing would be true for homosexuality. It's not, as a homosexual, I like men. Instead, if someone likes men sexually, if a man likes men sexually, then you could call them a homosexual. It's got everything backwards. And these are some of the problems with identity politics. So if we can't affect change in the real world, we can at least feel effective because we have corrected someone's language, because we have shut down someone else's discourse, because we have created an ever stronger wall around our ever smaller and ever more pure peer group.